Your senses have been lying to you your whole life. In this version of reality, it hasn't been dishing you what's true. Don't get mad at it. Don't get mad at your senses. They've evolved for a completely different reason. And the reality is that they are designed for survival more than they're designed for giving you accurate representation of information they pick up. Science is a long way in uncovering exactly how your senses and organs receive, process, and pass information to your brain. Join us today as we shake up your perception of reality and lift the veil on possibility of alternate realities in the Infinity Matrix. Welcome, everybody. It is episode number 29.
29.
Yay. Stick around. Today we're going to have a really great topic for you. Today's topic is called, how much of reality do you really experience? And we're going to challenge everything you call reality today and search for the true nature of your reality. Now, it's important to understand your eyes and your ears don't tell the whole truth. Okay. In fact, none of your senses really tell the whole truth. That's not what they're designed for. All right. They've evolved to enable us to survive and succeed in the world, not to represent it accurately. All right. So join us. And if you're just coming in, please type in your location in the chat so we know where you're listening in from. Hey, TheMatrix, how you doing there, buddy? We got Austria. We got Germany. Let us know, everybody. We'd love to hear the different locations of where everybody's coming in from. In the stream today, if you stick around, we do have a micro hack that's going to show you how to increase your awareness of reality around you and to expand and develop that so you see more portals of reality that's going on. Hey, there we got Minnesota, Maryland, Canada,
hey,
India. Hey, everyone. Awesome.
That's fantastic.
So happy to hear everybody coming in today. So it's a really great hack we got for you today. And just again, tell us where you're watching from. There we go, Asheville. There we go. Got a lot of people coming in there. Awesome. Sweet. All right. And if you're a regular,
New Jersey.
Go ahead and do a hashtag hooked on hacking. If it's your first time, on stream with us, let us know by typing in hashtag first time in the chat. And then that way we can properly greet you so we can see how many first timers we got coming in. And if you're watching this from somewhere other than our private group, excuse me, then you should know that the easiest and fastest way to get access to the replays to these and all of our past streams is by actually joining the private group, which you'll see down on the bottom here. The URL, the link is Facebook.com/groups/The Infinity Matrix. And as of, let me just take this out of there and put that in there.
Tell him.
We hit 7,000 yesterday. Woohoo! Give us a woo-hoo. Awesome. We got 7,000 members there we hit yesterday, and that's pretty decent since we only just started in October. It's a great group of people, a great community of active members. They're interactive. They're super amazing. So if you're not yet a part of it, go ahead and click the link below. We'll drop the link in the comments. But the link is scrolling on the bottom here. And when you get there, there's 3 simple questions you got to answer. Once you answer them, you get automatically accepted in. If you don't answer all 3 systems, the system will boot you, right? So if you don't answer the questions, so just answer them. And the 3rd one gives you the option to be part of VIP, which gives you some additional extra bonuses and perks. The benefit of membership is that we have exclusive content that we're always looking into adding more and more treats for members and the VIPs. One of the most recent ones we did is an exclusive segment that we call Down the Rabbit Hole. And we stream it live every Friday morning only to the group, right? So it's streamed only there. Everybody has access to join us on it. It's a Zoom call we do on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This week, we're going to be talking about a pretty cool topic. And we're going to start with that anyways. We never really end up with just talking that topic.
That's true. That's
This
why it's
week,
a rabbit hole.
yeah, this week we're going to talk about why we want to make the unknown a welcomed guest in our world, in our experience, instead of a feared adversary. Too many times people are, I don't know, and they get feared of that. But that's something actually to turn into excitement and to make it something to look forward to. We're going to have that conversation tomorrow, and come on and join us. Down the Rabbit Hole is where we jump on Zoom and we invite everyone into the conversation with us about a specific topic that could really go just about any direction. We started off with a teaser, and then it's just we go where everybody goes. So you're welcome to contribute either verbally or through text messaging. It's really your chance to jam with us on a live back and forth about some thought-provoking and deep, insightful topics. So join us on Zoom. Let me just drop the link here. The Infinity Matrix. Oh, that's for the group. And there we go. Oh, there it is. Rabbit hole. Nope. Sorry, some techie issues there. There we go. There's the rabbit hole.
There
all right.
It is.
So hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole. And when you go there, you just have to register with Zoom, and then you can join us live tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right. So today, what you got there, Ross?
Let's get busy. So, Gary, there's a quote from Aldous Huxley, and he was a writer, a philosopher, and just an absolute visionary, especially for his time. And it goes like, there are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception. So how many of you out there believe the way that you think has an effect on your life? Just give me a yes or no in the comments. So your thoughts control and guide your life, right? That's what we all relatively believe. And you think 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And of those thoughts, 90% of them are the same thoughts that you had yesterday. So what did I just say? 90% of your daily thoughts, of today's thoughts, from midnight to midnight, 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts that you had yesterday. They're repetitive. Therefore, since thoughts become reality, and you have a 90% chance of repeating the same day over and over and over again, those same experiences, which will create the very same reactions, which will drive the cycle of the very, very same thoughts, which then are transmitted into the infinity matrix. So, Gary, are we kind of in agreement here? Am I pretty much on point?
I think so. I mean, I think that's kind of what the theme of our whole shtick is, right?
So we're calling that now?
Yeah.
The infinity shtick.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're really, really going to blow your mind. So in 1977, a theory was suggested that each of us individually live within what they call a reality tunnel. We go about our day with a subconscious set of mental filters that were ultimately formed from past experiences, which generates your current belief structures. So this hypothesis was that each and every individual sees and interprets the same world differently. Hence the term, truth is in the eye of the beholder. The idea does not necessarily imply that there's no objective truth. Rather, that our access to it is mediated through our senses, our experiences, our conditioning, prior beliefs, current beliefs, and other non-objective factors. So The implied individual world each person occupies is said to be their own reality tunnel. So, and this term can also apply to any groups of people that are united by common beliefs. And we see that a lot in modern society. A parallel can be seen in the psychological concept of confirmation bias. So that means that a human tendency to notice and assign significance to observations that confirm existing beliefs, while filtering out or rationalizing away observations that do not fit with prior beliefs and or expectations. So this helps to explain why reality tunnels are usually transparent to their inhabitants, you and me. Well, it seems most people, they'll take their beliefs to correspond to the one true objective reality. It emphasizes that each person's reality tunnel is their own artistic creation, whether they realize it or not. So this in turn postulates that through various techniques, one can break down old reality tunnels and impose new reality tunnels by removing old filters and replacing them with new ones, with new perspectives on reality at will. So this is attempted through various processes, and some of you have heard about these, of deprogramming, using like neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, cybernetics, hypnosis, Gary's specialty, biofeedback devices, meditation, controlled use of hallucinogenics, and forcibly acting out other ideas of reality tunnels. This is the hardest one. This is the conscious effort to push and create that reality tunnel. So thus it is believed that one's reality can be widened to take full advantage of the human potential and experience reality on a much more positive levels. So hence the reason for Gary's and mine existence.
Yes, like we said earlier, that's our stick, right? It's,
it's the infinity shtick.
And I guess
I'm
well, at the core, right? I mean, I guess
I'm grabbing the URL for that.
Okay. I guess you could say at the core of what we do, we're really here to disrupt people's version of reality and expose alternate versions, right? The alternate portals, alternate tunnels, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting an echo. Ross, are you?
No.
Okay, it's just on my end then. Sorry. So it's creating, exposing alternate versions based on possibilities and greatness that is inherently yours, right? In fact, one of the comments we heard a lot from people from the Success Hacks program that we just did was that they were blown away by the way we were able to show them an already existing code within the matrix that's always been there around them their entire lives, and they completely overlooked it. And we were able to show them that on day one, and then by day 7 of the Success Hacks program, it was absolutely undeniable. I mean, undeniable. And and the thing we're excited about is that not only are they allowed to now be aware of that, but they're also they're able to now go in and access this code, alter, shift, adjust, enhance it so that they become unstoppable by choice, right? I should mention we do have another date planned for anyone interested in hearing about the 7-day quest. We do have another date planned for that in June, and we are going to be doing some Zoom info calls for anyone who's interested in hearing more about the program. We give you a lot of great hacks on that Zoom call, and to kind of give you a sampling of what that whole experience is going to be like. And if you want to get in on the Zoom calls with us, we haven't set the exact dates on the new Zoom call times yet, but if you do want to get info on that, we'll send you the link if you just type in hashtag success hacks. That's hashtag success hacks in the comments, and we'll send you the Zoom link to access that. It's going to be about an hour training info session on the 7-day success hacks quest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now let's put this together with what your brain actually does on a minute by minute basis. And actually, in reality, it's more like a nanosecond by nanosecond. So at any given moment, you are constantly bombarded by signals from at least 4 of the 5 senses. Now, mind you, there are more senses than 5, but for our demonstration, we'll just discuss the common 5 that everybody's aware of. So there's your visual system, which utilizes a third of your brain's cortex. It's constantly processing your surroundings. So imagine just looking at us on this screen. Okay, we're gonna, right now, this is your minute by minute hack, and you're engaging billions of neurons and trillions of synapses. And for those of you who don't know, most people know what neurons are. Synapses are where the 2 neurons are just about ready to connect, and it's actually that space right in between those. And that's where there's an electrical charge that's sending information. So your eye's lenses are projecting an image on the back of the eye, the retina. Everybody's familiar with that. And 130 million photoreceptors are sending the data to the visual cortex at the back of the brain. Now, keep in mind, the eyes are not organs. They are part of the brain's nervous system. They're basically giant nerves. So the 130 million photoreceptors are sending data to the billions of neurons. Okay, wait a minute. The math is off. So what are all of those billions of neurons which are we're processing millions of receptors doing with all that data?
Oh, it's just probably extra stuff we don't need.
You're just in a mood today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Actually, what's happening, they are reconstructing what you see and what you perceive. Let me repeat that. They are reconstructing what you see and perceive. The brain does a lot of assuming in this processing, and those assumptions are based on previous experiences of what it believes is true.
Which means you're always living in the past if you base your experience just on what you see.
Remember, the human brain is relatively young in the spectrum of evolution. It was originally designed to distinguish rocks, trees, bushes, flowers, faces, tiger, rocks, trees, bushes, flowers, berries. Simply focusing, what Gary said, on your survival.
Yep.
So along with this, the auditory system, your hearing, is continually stimulated by all of the many minuscule sounds that compose your environment. And then we're taking in all the smells around us at any given moment. And then we're constantly feeling the clothes on our skin. Now you feel it because I just made you aware of it. I brought it to the conscious level. Now you feel your clothes. Now you feel your shoes. Now you feel the floor. Now you feel your butt in the chair because I just made you consciously aware of it. So, and if we lose a sensory system, the brain's plasticity, its ability to change, enhances another. So in many cases, somebody who goes blind all of a sudden gets better hearing. because that third, for example, that third of your cortex is no longer being utilized for vision. So the brain goes, well, we're going to bump into a lot of things. We're going to have some problems. So I need to increase all of my other sensory awareness. So, because the brain wants you to have the advantage over your environment to keep you alive. Even with one sensory system, there is an enormous amount of data that still gets processed. But this is all about survival. So with this incredible onslaught of input, how do we manage to not just go completely insane? The key is that we, the subconscious mind, pays attention to only a small portion of that information and goes through much of it in it takes a lot of that stuff that's coming in and just like, I don't need this. I can't process all of this, and just literally just deletes it, throws it away. The process is known as selective filtering, and most people do it all the time. And Gary's going to go deeper into this later on. So although there are several regions of the brain involved for each sense, the part of the brain called the thalamus is involved in selective filtering, where all of these senses intersect. It's thought to be kind of a relay system where sensory neurons meet, kind of a meet and greet. Hey, how you doing? They meet and are sent to their destination in the cerebral cortex. So the thalamus is still somewhat of a mystery, but it's thought to be somehow involved in actual consciousness. Mostly because in addition to connections of the thalamus to the cerebral cortex, there's also connections from the cortex back to the thalamus. It's a two-way stream of communication. And this reciprocal connectivity can be explained by selective filtering. Hey, you want me to keep that? No, throw that one away. You want this one instead? Take this one. Oh, we got this one from back here, and this is what you got. You got it back and forth and back and forth. So when the cortex receives a type of information that it deems a priority, like what your conscious mind is currently focusing on, it sends a signal back to a part of the thalamus known as the reticular nucleus. The structure uses GABA. Everybody's heard of GABA, okay, to check this out. It uses GABA to inhibit, reduce transmission of other irrelevant signals from the thalamus to the cortex. In other words, it reduces the transmission of just data that it just doesn't deem needed, important. So all of this information is coming in, and it's just slowly getting filtered. So the environmental aspects, these are things that it just like, that's harmless, it's not essential, I don't need that right now. It goes by the fact that this is not going to cause me harm, so I don't need it. So the universe designed your brain to fill in missing details on the fly, with some interesting consequences. Our minds make quick assumptions, guesses about what's going on around us without consciously studying it. It just fills in the information ahead of time, based on previous experiences that what it and we expect. Our brains don't have to constantly process every changing detail in our surroundings. So this allows us to respond to important changes speedily and accurately. Not so much on the accurately, but faster. It's like your cache in your computer. It just stores the information from the past. That's actually, I just thought about that, Gary. It's pretty much what it is. The cache is there so that it can load pages faster. So your brain not only creates and replaces expected models of the world, it also fills in missing information. When we hear sounds that seem to resemble speech, Our brains fill in expected details instead of taking the time to process the sound fully. So you hear your dog or your doorbell, say hello, the dog that talks. The ease in which our brains can be tricked is a good reminder of our limitations. We do not have conscious control over everything that our senses tell us. Our brain deals with much of that information subconsciously and perceives what it thinks probably will happen. To prove this, did you know that your eyes actually have blind spots? They have visual blind spots. And I'm going to post in the group on the group page exactly how you can test this out for yourself. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's if you think about when you do that experiment, that and Ross will post that, and I'm actually gonna take you to some cool stuff here in a second.
Yeah.
When you do the blind test, the blind spot test, it's pretty amazing because if you think there's a segment of our visual spectrum that we actually do not see, it actually is not visible, but yet we're filling in that spot all the time. Mm-hmm. We're filling in that space all the time so that we have a sense of reality that's not missing pieces.
Right.
You know, and not only do we have blind spots, our senses have evolved to focus on just essential information, as Ross has talked about. In fact, you know, I believe it was the George Miller study, and this, when I was doing my hypnosis and NLP trainings, one of the things that was consistently reinforced was that the George Miller study was done. I can't remember when it was, some time ago, and it showed that our conscious minds are able to handle and sustain 7 plus or 2 bits of information at any given time. That's it. 7. So that means between 5 and 9, okay, bits of information in the world around you right now that you're looking at. Just pick up 5 or 9. That's all your conscious mind can hold on to at any given time. Well, everything else is handled by your unconscious mind. Right? So it just blocks all the other stuff out. Otherwise, we'd be in constant state of overwhelm. When you think about the infinite amount of stimulus that is constantly surrounding us. Right? And so I'm going to prove it to you here that, that you do have this selective attention, selective focus. And we're going to go through something here. Ross, I'm going to take you out of the scene here.
Bye.
This in. And I'm going to do that on solo. Great. Okay. So as you're looking at the screen here, some of you may have already been exposed to what I'm going to show you here, but just bear with us here and take a look at the screen and and follow the instructions. All right. So let's see. There we go. All right. Just follow the instructions and see if we can get some responses. So the first thing is to count how many times the players wearing white passed the ball in this scene. Okay. Get ready. So players in white, watch them and count how many times they're passing the ball. Keep an eye on that ball. Sometimes it gets a little tricky, but just keep your eye on that ball and see if you can tell how many times they end up passing the ball back and forth between one another. Okay, and watch as we go through and keep the count. Excellent. All right. Now, some of you have already seen something like this. How many times, go ahead and type in the chat, how many times did you see the players in white passing the ball? Okay, go ahead and type and let me know as we go in there. I'm going to wait just a second so that everybody gets a chance, right? It's a very simple task. All you have to do is just watch the passing. How many times did you see them pass the ball? There we go. Okay, 15, 12. Some good guesses there. Some of you, that's close. There we go. Good. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, good. Okay. All right. So Now, some of you guys are very close. Some of you got it right on, some of you a little over. Correct answer is 16. Okay. Now, did you spot the gorilla? Yes or no? I see someone that said they did. Did you spot the gorilla in that? Okay. Someone says 14 because I saw Bigfoot. All right. Who else saw the gorilla in that? Okay. Did you see the gorilla walk through the scene? Good. So some people did, some people didn't. All right. So we're going to just kind of go through here again. All right. For people who've seen or heard about this, you probably would have been tuned into that and would have been obvious for it would jumped out. Half of the people on their first time through this actually missed the gorilla. Okay. Now, those of you that did see the gorilla, all right, did you notice the color change of the curtains in the background? Yes or no? Okay, so type in color change if you did. Type in no, you didn't if you didn't notice it. And those that noticed the color change and the gorilla, how many of you noticed the player on the black team who actually left the game? Yeah, okay, so people are like, wait, what? No. Okay, we're gonna prove it. All right, so watch. All right, okay, good. So here we go. Take a look. All right, it's coming. All right, let's rewind and watch it again. So as you're focused on counting, now you see the gorilla go through there, right? So as you're watching, there's the gorilla. As the gorilla comes through, it went from red to orange in the background for the curtains, right? And at the same time, the player had left as well. All right. Okay, good. So now, right, again, so here's another one. All right. There's a couple of short ones. So I want you to track the chocolate. All right. Notice the chocolate, keeping your eye on it, and tell us. And at the end, you're going to tell if it's in row 1, row 2, or row 3 where the chocolate ends up. So just go ahead and watch and keep your attention and awareness on that. Okay. And this is really an exercise in seeing how much attention you can put and keep and maintain while something's going on, because something's always going on in your world, right? So how much attention can you be aware of? We start with that. You just track the chocolate. Where do you see the chocolate? Type in number 1, number 2, or number 3 from left to right. So left, center, or right. Okay, left, center, or right. Where did you see it? Okay, 2. Some people are saying middle. TheMatrix. Okay, middle. A bunch of people saying middle. All right, well, let's take a look and see. All right. Some people say row 3, so that means on the right. Row 2. Okay, well, let's take a look. No, not the left. There we go. Good. Okay, so you all got that. Now, let's bump that up. Okay. Now, again, same exercise. Okay. You're going to track the chocolate and know that there's only one chocolate, and it's always going to be only under one of the red caps. You only need to watch those 3 cups. All right. The other ones are just kind of to show you when there's increased distractions, how you can be focused on limitations. So watch the red caps. Notice where the chocolate goes and track it as you go through this exercise. Keep your attention and awareness on the scene, and watch the chocolate. Okay, that's right. It's only going to be under the red cups. So those are the ones you don't have to. It'll never end up in. It's not a magic trick. It's just an awareness trick. All right. Okay. Keep your attention. Be aware of where that goes. Good. Okay, and see if you can notice where it ends up at the end. And same thing, you're going to tell us if it's in the row 1, row 2, or row 3. So left, center, or the right. Okay. All right. You ready? Okay, go ahead and give us your answers. Is it on the left? Is it in the center? Or is it on the right? Go ahead and give us a comment. Okay, so some people already said, or is that from before? That's before. Okay. Right, let us know what. Okay, so left. A bunch of people said 1. Some said center. Left. All right, one something. Good. Okay, left. Mary says left, left. Okay. All right, let's take a look. So I think you all got it correct. All right. So the chocolate is not there. It's not there. It's in the lower left. Yay, you all got it. A bunch of you got it right. Now, you guessed the chocolate, but did you see the duck? Tell me who saw the duck. I want to know who, there was a duck. Come on, there was a duck. I saw the duck. Who saw the duck? No, nobody saw the duck. Okay. No, someone did. They lost track when they saw the duck. Okay. All right. Okay. So some did, some didn't. Okay. Well, all right. Take a look here then. There was the duck. Came in real quick, then came out real quick, and went in. All right. Now, so you notice the duck, right? First time around. That's great. Yes. So some of you noticed it. So who noticed the fifth hand in the video? I'll get to you people talking about the colors in a second here. All right. Oh, yes. So someone did notice the fifth hand. Good stuff, Renata. Good awareness. Multitasking is a myth. Yes. All right. Okay. So here, look. When the duck came in, there was a fifth hand. An extra hand came in. All right. And then some of you started to notice, right? Some of you start to notice that at the end, the blue cups end up being green because we switched them out throughout the whole thing, right? So take a look. All right. Who noticed all of that? All right. Okay, so what that means is that you're selecting your focus of attention as things are happening. And the more things that happen, the more selective you get with what you keep in, because you can only maintain a certain amount at a certain for a certain period of time. Right? So the question is, if you could miss those seemingly obvious things in the short demo when you were supposed to be focused on the contents, imagine what we're missing as you're distracted throughout your day-to-day activities with the bombardment of tasks you need to do, media, your phone, internet, all those different things. Imagine what you're missing out because those things are distracting you. Right? This goes to show you that what you perceive to be reality may not actually be the truth. Okay? And we don't always get the opportunity in life to rewind and run things back to catch them. Right? It's just the version of truth that serves you in any given moment that you deal with. Right? So the micro hack today is an exercise in increasing and expanding your awareness of reality. I'm going to get to that in a second. Also, what happens is when you start to, like we do in the 7-Day Success Hacks program, and Renata can attest to this, and probably why she got a chunk of this first time around. When you start to open up your awareness to the different realms of reality that's existing around you, then you catch these things because they go, oh, that doesn't fit it, but that doesn't, that's a little odd. You start to notice the things that you would have otherwise just overlooked because your brain was numbed by what has been conditioned in the past. Right? And that's, so with the 7-Day Success Hacks, when we open up that.
Oh, Gary, we got a little pause on your stream.
I'm aware of that opens up the portals of reality, right?
Gary,
and
Gary, you might want to repeat what you just said because you just paused. Your video stream paused. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying that when you open up, like for example, in the Success Hacks program, when we open up your awareness to this existing code of the matrix that's always around you, then what it does is it opens up other avenues of noticing all the other things that you were missing. Your awareness of what you call reality expands and opens up to more possibilities. All right. And so the micro hack is an exercise in increasing and expanding your awareness of reality, right? And or at the very least, the amount of reality you're willing to tune into. It's a process that I learned when I was teaching and doing kung fu many years ago, a lifetime ago. And we used to call it in kung fu, we used to call it getting into holistic awareness, because at the black belt level of training, you want to get into a place where you're aware of your opponent. If you're in a sparring situation, you're aware of your opponent, but at the same time you're aware of everything in your environment. So if something happens over there while you're aware of it and you're tuned into it, you can decide if you respond and react to it or not, while maintaining your attention and awareness here. Okay, so it's a 5-step process. It's a simple process, but it's one that does require practice and time to develop, so that you're able to access it on demand, if you will. All right. So, are you ready? Here we go. Step number 1. Okay. Step number 1 is to start off by designating a set time. I would say start off between 1 to 3 minutes per day, and challenge yourself to increase that time, and also challenge yourself on how many consecutive days you'll do this. Okay, so that's the first thing, to set the time frame for it. 1 to 3 minutes, how many days you're going to do this consistently for, right? And notice the difference as you do it every day. All right, I'd suggest you do it until you maintain the exercise for the full 3 minutes in its entirety, and then go for 5 minutes and 10 minutes and so on. You can expand it as you go. All right, so that's the first step. Step number 2, put your awareness on something or someone in the room that's with you. Okay, we're going to call that the object. Okay, so someone or something in the room with you, and keep your attention on that object, that thing, all right, or person, and be aware of their full presence. So for example, you could use your computer screen, all right, or your phone. Put your attention on that, and it's full. So I would stop. I put my attention on the shape of the screen, the size of the screen, reflections, the color, the lighting. Be aware of every aspect of it, and bring that all into my awareness. Okay, you start to take it all in. Okay, and a good additional practice in this is to just soften the eyes when you do this. This is not about peering into it. It's just softening the eyes, softening the front part of your body, just to kind of relax into the now. Okay, and then from there, once you've got that thing fully in your awareness to the best of your capacity, right? Then step 3 is start to expand your awareness to all the things around that thing or person, while maintaining the awareness of that initial object. Okay, so I keep my attention on the computer, and then I start to become aware of the microphone, the light. I start to become my other screens, the desk, all the things on the desk, the walls. Start to bring my awareness to all of that, while maintaining my awareness of the screen and the computer. Okay, so that's step 3. Then step 4, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to then continue to expand the awareness even more, to include the space between me and that thing or object. Okay, so I keep my attention on the computer, step 1, right, or object. I bring my full awareness of that. Then I expand the things around it that surround it. And then I'm going to become aware now of the space between it all. Right? So the space between me and it, and all the things around it. And hold that into awareness. And then step 5 is you allow your awareness to add the full awareness of yourself. So now I add myself. So I'm aware of that thing, that object, that person, the surroundings of it, the space between, and then I start to become aware of my body, my breathing, my sensations, my muscle structure, my positioning, what I'm sitting on, where I'm at in this here and now. And I hold that. Step 6 is to hold that awareness for as long as you can. You want to try to hold that for that full 3 to 5 minutes. And practice doing this every day. Doing this every day will build your awareness muscle so that you start to become more of the matrix unfolding for you more and more with signs of synchronicities, and just aha moments and those things that go, wow, I didn't notice that before. Those kinds of aha type things start to pop out a lot more. Okay. So that's the stream for today. And that's your hack. We will post in the group. We'll post the steps to the hack for you again today. The replay will be there under the guides tab. And remember to join us. Let me just say, so if you want to get the replays, it's under the guides tab. There's the link. Just go there, enter the info that you need to sign up into the membership. We'll get you right in. Go under the tabs, guides tab. You can see this and all of the previous replays. And also tomorrow morning, come and join us. All right. We love it. It's great to have you guys in conversation there. We appreciate you all being here and being on the stream with us and sharing this and liking this and commenting and participating and having fun with us every week. So thanks, Renata. I wanted to mention something. Renata was on the last. I just wanted to share with everyone here. Renata, 7-Day Hack is fabulous course. My eyes have been opened to the reality of the world in a different way. I highly recommend it. Yeah, we will be. If you want info on the 7-Day Success Hacks program, the next one we're doing, just type in the comments #Success Hacks. That's #Success Hacks. And then we will come back and personally send you a link to register for the next Zoom call on that, where we're going to share with you what that's about and give you some pretty cool hacks on that as well. Yeah. Right. And that's it for today. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, jump in, join it. You don't have to be part of the group to get to be in the rabbit hole, but you do need to be there to see the stream. You can jump on Zoom and join us and have some fun and participate wherever you are, or even send a link to someone you think might be interested in it.
And some people don't even participate, or they wait 45 minutes before they participate. Just to become comfortable. And what Gary, the last one went what, an hour and a half?
I think the last couple have gone over time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just keeps going into this cool back and forth conversation. So it's a lot of fun. And we've been wanting to do this from the very beginning. We just couldn't figure out exactly how to do it and such. So, just like I said, it's just great. I mean, we went in a whole different direction. And so for those, and people are asking, we kind of assumed everybody understood what a rabbit hole meant. Rabbit hole means that if you look at it the way a rabbit burrows, it goes down and then everything branches off and goes into a deeper realm. So, and that's what this is we start with one topic and it just kind of goes into a different direction or another direction and another direction. And it's just an open conversation. So it's just really, really good. And the last thing I want to add is 7,000.
Yay! 7,000. Let's go for 8. Come on, you guys! Invite people, share. Let's see if what we can do to get to 8. We love the community, and we want to continue to grow.
Yeah. Lots of people are sharing this with all of our live streams with their friends and recommending people to join. And we are just so touched that you have that kind of faith in us, and keep it up. Really do. We love you all, and we really appreciate everyone and your participation and your insights. And we don't want to just be two talking heads.
Yeah, we want a conversation going. We want more and more people talking about this and just evolving and expanding more and more. So
yeah.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. We will see you next Thursday or tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.